Hello everyone and welcome to another survival game guide in our Sengoku Dynasty series. So we are going to be making the brewery today, and let me tell you, it's rather extensive. The build, the process of even getting the recipe, like the blueprint unlocked, it's a whole thing. So let's just get into it. It's, like I said, it's pretty lengthy. So to get the blueprint unlocked for the brewery, and the brewery, just to kind of spotlight it real fast, is a building that basically makes like some basic foods and drinks. You can make cooked rice in there, and you can also make sake from there. So when your villagers like start needing drinks, they'll need like sake or water or whatever. That is the building that you will make that in, is the brewery. And it says like it's labeled the basic brewery, so I don't know if there's like a higher tier of that eventually down the line, maybe like a tavern or something. I don't know, but that's what it is. So to unlock the blueprint for the brewery, you have to progress through the Of Rice and Men quest, and this is a relatively new quest. It came out during the farming update, and basically you need to help this, well, kind of, I guess, more like prove yourself to these villagers here. This village here that I'm at. The what is this called? Eritani, that's the one. Eritani villagers. That like you're here to be a fellow farmer or whatever. Like you're not here to just like steal their food, basically. So you come to this town, Eritani. Here it is on the map. It's very south. Like I live all the way over here at the starting like little burnt down village. So like getting here, it takes a while. But we're here at Eritani, and how you kick this quest off is you have to like speak to one of the villagers here, the elder councilwoman in particular. She's not too hard to find. She's actually, I think she's like outside the, yeah, she's outside the first kind of house leading into the village, and she'll just kind of like talk to you about the village and about you being a refugee here, and how she's kind of like, she's really only on the council because her husband was part of the council, and like she's got the job now because he's passed away, and she suspects that they gave her the position out of like kind of like respect for the husband more than like, oh, you're so great at this, even though she is like really good at it, like the job basically. So but anyway, but she like tasks you with starting your own farm, to prove that you are here to basically be sustainable and not to just drain resources from this town, basically, or any town really. So she tasks you to go start your farm, and I have a video on how to farm if you haven't started that process yet. And then she's like, okay, well, when your farm is done, and you can kind of see here at the left here, to bring her 20 rice and 20 millet. So we're going to do that, and then she's going to send us off on like this little quest, but that's basically going to get us the brewery blueprint. So let's go ahead and turn in our 20 rice and 20 millet that we got just from farming our own little farm, and we harvested it all and all that. So you can be like, here's our crops, and she's like, oh, it's so good. And then she's like, here, you can take, I'm gonna take some for the village, and you can take some. And then we're like, wait, you guys are short on food? And she's like, no, but we're kind of running low. And then she's talking about how somebody has been destroying the fields, and the men are saying, the older men are saying that it's like a demon, and she's like, that's really dumb. And she knows that it's a person, and then this guy named Beto blames the refugees, particularly a woman named Ukame, I think Ukome, one of those, and he like slapped her, which is like really wrong. It really, that bothers me. And he says he'd kill her if she ever stole from the fields again. Then we can be like, do you think she did it? And she's like, some of the villagers do, but I don't. And then we can basically go talk to her. So let's go do that. Like, it's, you know, good old, wait, not even. These houses are kind of, there we go. So she's hanging out in the woods. And we're gonna go be like, hey, he's stealing from the farms. And I have a feeling that if I was like at a higher dynasty legend, I could probably recruit her because she is a farmer. So I'm wondering if like she's a villager that you can like recruit to your village. I'm probably gonna come back here at some point to see if I can get her to join, because it makes sense for one. And you know that she doesn't have to live out here in the woods anymore. Now I'm being mindful because this little area does have boar around, and the boars, they like kick your butt in this game. So I just want to make sure that we're safe to talk to her. But she's right here by this stream. And we could be like, I heard that Beto roughed you up. What happened? And she's like, when I first visited the village, he came up to me all angry and said he doesn't want to catch my disease. Friend, I said, do you think a sick woman would survive what I survived? I'm not your friend, he said, and slapped me in the face. They cast me out, and here I am. That's horrible. How'd you survive? And she said, some merciful soul will give me some porridge from time to time. There's fruit, nuts, and roots in the forest. And then I could be like, there's grain in the fields. And she says, look, I'm a farmer. I know how hard it can be. I'd never steal from another farmer's fields. Not until I'm dying of hunger, at least. And I'm not dying yet. So basically, we figure out that she's not, you know, thieving, if you will, not stealing. And then she actually gives us some berries, which is very kind of her. Because she's, like, over here, homeless, starving. And she still has, you know, the goodness to spare what little she has. So if you ask me, very kind lady. I highly doubt that she is stealing from these farmers. I bet it's Beto, because he's all, like, up in people's business. He's probably like, well, I'm defending the village, so I deserve more resources. Or something. I don't know. He's suspicious, okay? So now that we have talked to her, we can go ahead and return to our elder councilwoman, Wakatsura Neo. It's very similar to that. Come here, friend. Oh, right. So we can talk to her. And we'll be like, we talked to the lady. What do you think? And we'll be like, yeah, she seems honest. And then she's like, yeah, he's a racist, basically. And then this is the part where we get the brewery, where you start to talk to her about, like, how we can get her to kind of, like, increase her influence, I suppose, over the council. And she's like, well, we can get some awesome food. And that's where we come in. And that is where we get the basic brewery. You can see there on the right, we have unlocked the blueprint. So now we can go ahead and make this. And obviously, if you want to continue with this quest line, you have to go ahead and bring her sake and vegetable meals. So that's fun. But the brewery, we're going to go ahead and make it. Now, it is a big build. I've already technically made it. We're going to jump in time here a little bit to the future where it's complete. But it's a big build. It's a big building for what? I think it might be this building actually right here. They've actually decorated it all out. Let me take a peek inside and I'll let you know for sure. Yeah, this is basically what it looks like. They've decked theirs out a little bit more. Like the basic brewery, like the basic brewery doesn't look like this. This is obviously decorated, so you'll see in a moment. But that's how big it is, basically. And it's a beast. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna just quick load the save file in the future here, and we'll get into it. So see you there. We are back. And this is the build. This is what it will look like when you finish it complete with the furniture pieces inside. Now, this is a big build. I had to actually use like a whole season to build it just because I need more materials. So let's just go and I'll just give you the total because you're going to need to prepare for this one. So the total to build this big old brewery, you'll need 28 logs of any type, 130 planks of any type, 80 sticks, 36 planks of the conifer type, 60, I think it's 3. I wish I could read my actual handwriting. Pretty sure it's 63 stones, or 65, one of those. A lot of stones, okay? 12 iron ore, and 12 straw. So basically, how this all works is very similar to any other kind of build. You'll have like your different things. Let's actually just quick pull that out so you guys can just see the blueprint of it. So here's the blueprint. It's gigantic. You can kind of see like it's really big. So first of all, you're gonna need to find like space for it. I just kind of put it here because it made sense. So but I had to like chop down a tree to make it fit. But it's big. You can see that. Like it's pretty ginormous. So you'll start with your foundation, which is 20 logs, again, of any type. And then you'll proceed to the floor, and the floor alone requires 50 planks of any type. So, like, that's like a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of planks. It's a lot of logs, and it's a lot of planks. And then you'll proceed to the exterior, the walls here. And for that one, you'll need 6 planks of any type, and that's for the doors here. You'll find, I'll pull this out real quick, these guys, thankfully, you can just hammer these in. These don't need anything, unless, of course, you change it to a specific type of door, which you absolutely can if you would like to, or like a wall or whatever. I just kept it empty because this was already an expensive build. But the 6 planks of any type is going to be for, like, these little doors on the side. And then the actual exterior, these guys, these walls here, this is where you're going to need the 56 sticks and 36 planks of conifer type. That's going to make up the walls. So once that's up, then you have this gigantic roof, and the roof also includes these like pillars here to keep it up. And for the roof, you're looking at 16 stones, 24 sticks, 32 planks of any type, and then 8 logs of any type, and that'll complete the roof. But you're not done there, because there are actually 3 furniture pieces that you need to make in here. So this guy right here, the rice boiling barrel, that's going to cost you 25 stones, 12 iron ore, and 15 planks of any type. And this guy right here, you can kind of see, you put your rice in from the fields, you put in some firewood, you put in some water, and you'll get cooked rice out of that, which I imagine probably cooks probably fills your guys' hunger a little bit more than just like the basic rice. I don't even know if they can eat the basic rice, so that's where you're going to cook your rice, basically. And then this guy over here, the fermentation barrel, that's going to cost you 12 stone and 12, or not 12 stone, sorry, 12 straw and 12 planks of any type. And this is you're going to be putting in, I believe this is like, I'm not too sure what that first one is actually. I'm going to have to experiment with that. But I know there's like some mold that you get. It might be from that. I'm not too sure. You get some water in here. And then basically, unless that's like cooked rice? It could be cooked rice, actually. I think it is cooked rice. So I guess you can serve your cooked rice, or you put it here in the fermentation barrel. So you're going to put your cooked rice in here. You're going to get the mold, which you get when you harvest. I believe when you're harvesting rice, I think is when you get this mold as well. It's kind of like a byproduct, basically. And then you're going to put your water in, and you're going to get a fermented mixture. And that is what you're going to bring over here to the filtration press. And to make this, you are going to need 10 stone and 15 planks of any type. So so then you put that in. You're going to put in the fermented mixture, and then that'll make sake for you. So it's like a pretty lengthy journey just to make sake. So that's going to be an adventure there. I'm going to have some fun with that. Considering it, like, I still just have like 2 villagers and me. That's it. So like it's it's a lot of work for like me, basically. But that is what you need to make this building, this giant building. It's not like a tavern. It's literally just basically to make sake, and then I guess like cooked rice as well. You can take some of that and put it in your little food place for your villagers. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like for assigning our jobs. Not too surprising. There are where are you at here? There you go. There are 3 jobs in here. You have your rice boiler, where you can connect a worker, assign them there, and you can cook the rice here. Now you'll need a beverage storage building, I guess, for this. And I don't know. I guess that's probably because like that's where the water is going to be. Well, the water does get stored there, so they're gonna pull from the beverage storage building to make this cooked rice. So you'll have to make this first if you want to get to assign a worker here, basically. And I think that's true for the other 2 furniture workstations as well. But that's the rice boiling barrel. That's what that looks like. And then if we go to the fermentation barrel. Again, you'll assign a worker here, and they'll also require this beverage storage building to get the water that they need to make this product, the fermented mixture. But that's how you do it. You just tell them, you click how much you want for them to make, and then the third job that you can give somebody here is the filtration press, where they'll actually be making the sake from the fermented mixture. And they'll also need the beverage storage building because they're going to store the sake in that building. So You basically you click here, assign your worker, and then tell them how much they want it. Now the good news is that like these guys don't need any kind of tools, but they need their recipes or their ingredients, if you will. So make sure you have all that in stock, and they will start producing stuff for you. I was right; it is cooked rice. So yeah, and they'll start making all that for you, and getting your sake. So that's about it. Like I said, it takes a while to build this. Like the 130 planks of like any type is just like crazy, and then you have like the other planks, and then you have all the logs that you need too, which it's like it's a big build. It's a big build. Now, like really the only I would say like expensive thing in terms of like rarity is kind of like the iron ore. It's not like the worst thing. It's pretty easy to get, in high quantities too. So it's not like the worst resource, but and you only need it like for the rice cooking furniture workstation. So it's not like crazy. Everything else is like basic resources. It's just you need a lot of it. So get ready to maybe like extend this particular build over a few days if you're using your workers to get resources for you. If you're like done chopping trees like I am, like I don't want to chop trees anymore. It might take like a season or two to get all the resources you need to finish this off. So I'd say kind of like build what you can, and then just kind of like forget about it for a little while, do other things, and then come back to it and finish it off, and proceed from there. But that is the brewery. Good luck to you. Make your sake, have fun, and yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Until then, keep surviving and keep thriving.